I used to be really codependent. How I valued myself depended on how others saw me. My self-worth was so low that I needed somebody else to tell me what my value was in the world. So I couldn't function without somebody out there telling me that I was allowed to function within the world, how to function within the world, and what it is that I was meant to do and think and feel, and what was okay and wasn't okay. It's a codependent relationship when you can't live without somebody else telling you how it is that you need to function within the world. I'm not worthy if I don't have somebody as a partner. I'm not worthy if I don't have a job that's worth heaps of money. I'm not worthy if I don't have insert whatever here. When it comes to codependency, I was at the top of the list of codependents. I was absolutely hooked into all of that because my self-worth was so extraordinarily low. I spent a fortune on coaches and therapists and group work and astrologers, and I needed all of these people to tell me who I was in the world. So I can tell you all about my astrology and all about these things, and I would go to psychics all the time as well because I needed somebody outside of me to tell me who I was, what my role was, and how I was valued, and even what would happen in my life. Go to psychics and say, what's going to happen in my life? How out of control and codependent is that? And that was me all over. I spent thousands of dollars on coaches and therapists who actually ended up re-traumatizing my self-worth wound because they never dealt with the wound itself. They were working on a surface level, and when they were working on a surface level, all it did was reinforce the fact that I wasn't actually good enough. So what I'm doing in this 4 weeks is we're ripping the surface off because it doesn't actually matter. The surface stuff comes last. So everything you get from so many coaches out there, it's going to come last. What we're going to do first is we're going to do the deep healing work, and then you're going to be able to do the thing that all coaches talk about doing, which is manifesting from your vibration, etc., etc. How do you raise your vibration? You heal your core wounds. You heal your self-worth so that you know you are enough, and then manifesting becomes a whole new ball game for you. That's the difference that I make in the coaching world. I now know what it is that I'm on the planet to do. Any fear-based stories that come into my world and into my field, I am unavailable for. I hold my field boundaries very strongly, and I am very, very careful as to what I allow in it. And it is only abundance, high vibration, high self-worth, and really anchoring in enormous amounts of light that I allow in my field now. And I am completely unavailable for everything else. I used to have affirmations, and I would say, I am enough because I am. But I would say those words, and instead of believing them, it would actually trigger me. So all the affirmations, I'd download the affirmations and I'd listen to them on Insight Timer, but they're actually triggering for me, not supporting me, because I had a core wound that was so massive around my self-worth that I could not possibly function within the world, and I did not believe a word anyone said when they said that I was enough. People would say I was doing great work, and I would go, who are you? Do you want something from me? I couldn't allow that in. My receiving wound was massive. So not only was I codependent, needing other people to tell me my worth, but when they did say anything good about me, I would say, well, that's not possible because that doesn't fit the story I have of myself, and my receiving wound is too big and I cannot allow that in. Now, I have completely, in every way possible, turned that around. I now know who I am. I now know that I'm worthy. I can now say I am enough because I am. And anyone who believes otherwise keeps that to themselves. They do not belong in my field, and I do not take it on anymore. Their words no longer trigger me. They are just something that happens out there, and I'm like, thank you so much, and that can stay out there because that doesn't belong with me and where I am, because I know I'm enough. I don't need your opinion. I don't need you to tell me I am enough or I'm not enough. I simply know that I am. So go to my website because I want you to feel how I do right now, and I want to give you all the tools, every way that I was able to do that for myself. It's available to you as well.